I want to adopt all the speeches. There is no need for me to make another speech. Mr. President, today is not all about you. It is for the different arms of the APC administration to give account, a midterm account to Nigerians, and also to appraise what you have been able to do in the last 2 years. Evidently, you don't need to sing your own praises. But I think it is important that after this, the national chairman must set up a strong committee within the working committee to cascade down to the states, so that all the good things we have mentioned here, too numerous, we will now use those things to let the people know. Because in this society that is not informed is deformed. And today we have the social media. One small ant that enters into your trouser can cause you so much discomfort that you will jump up and down. So, Mr. President, my own point, APC, is that we will do the talk, but at the same time, we must walk the talk. In totality, what they are saying that even though you met a foamy economy, even though you met over 30 trillion debt, you have paid over 8 trillion, and nobody knows about that. Money that you would have used to amplify most of your programs. The Renewed Hope agenda is still on course. And evidently, from the reports we get, from even the World Bank, the IMF, talking about the fact that Nigeria has moved from B- to B. That is IMF, giving you rating. And the fact that you have been able to improve the economy, there's growth, despite the world's recession. All the things we are saying now, the stability of the country. A senator confided in me that now in his community, he can sleep with 3 eyes closed, and that in the last 5 years, he had not visited his community because of insecurity. So despite the sporadic terrorist attacks here and there by your enemies and our enemies and enemies of Nigeria, you have done very well. You have done an excellent job well. And I want to say that yes, the midterm report presented is as a result of the fact that for the first time in Nigeria, we have an astute politician as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, working closely with strong politicians such as the Vice President, Kashim Shettima, and such as the Senate President, between Senator Akpabio. So, let me congratulate the party for organizing this rally. This is almost like coming together. When I was coming in, I saw our governors, I saw our former governors, I just turned, I saw our former presiding officers, I saw Senator Payazani. I even forgot that they had joined the APC. And I turned around, I saw my other senior brother, Ken Namani, and he said, "You have forgotten me." I said, "No, sir, it's work, but take me from here straight to your house." What it means is that the party has been able to bring all of us together. Chief Okonde is here, sitting down with Chief Oshoba, and Chief Oshoba, at the age of over 85, is able to cross his leg. Me, I cannot cross my leg. I don't know how he does it. So I'm very excited to see all of us. So this means that you struggled in 2023. Many people promised you votes, very large rallies in some regions in the country. But when the final votes were announced, you could not get 25% in many of those states that spoke so well. So there's no need for eloquent speeches. Let the results that will come in 2027 reflect the action and the speeches that we are saying here today. So that's my own, that I love all the speeches, but please note that in politics, it's not over until it is over. And that you still have enemies. It is a tree that bears the sweetest fruit. that also gets the highest amount of stones. So everything said here will show that yes, you are on course. You did it in Lagos, you are doing it in Nigeria. Even Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, has changed. The diplomats have confirmed that. This was not the way it was before you came. The economy has changed, everything has changed. But the reality is that we are not there yet. And we don't want, then there, of course, mischief makers are still meeting in the night. You know, politics is a game of witchcraft. You know, they meet in the night and things change in the daytime. So don't allow me to come and stand in front of this August assembly and promise you that I'll deliver South in Nigeria. Go and sleep. Please don't sleep. Otherwise, I'll be telling you lies. We still have a lot of work to do. So for the Senate, I adopt my hat to my brother, Tajuddin Abbas, for what he has said. In the legislative outlay, since you came on board, we have done a total of 477 bills. These were introduced during this period, this midterm period. We have passed at least 25 bills, and we have assented many of them into acts of parliament. Many others are at advanced stages. It's important the party knows this. The key acts passed have already been enumerated by my brother. But permit me to just mention that you have established, because of your belief, that when you close the door to education, you open the door of prisons. To ensure that education cascades down to the grassroots, Mr. President, you have established 32 new universities in Nigeria within 2 years of being in office. These will include even from some of the major federal polytechnics to colleges of education and specialized institutions, one of which I'm very excited about. The University of Environment in Ogoniland, ravaged by over 60 years of oil exploitation and exploration. You took a university to them so that they will study how to bring back the oil, or the land, for the benefit of the people. We are very proud in the Niger Delta, and we thank you for this. So, Mr. President, the Students' Loans Act is a novelty never heard in Africa. Very poor people in various homes in Nigeria today can take loan and go and obtain higher education. I'm just mentioning the fact that you're a president that thinks not of the next election, but of the future generation. And this is the way it should be. That makes you the leader you are. Mr. President, National Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act. This targets inflation control, investment attraction, and economic reform. Many have said those things here. Those acts were done by the National Assembly. You assented to them. You assented to them, and today, our economy is on track. Mr. President, the national security architecture. You have streamlined and strengthened Nigerian internal security system and the framework. And that is why you cannot hear of any part of Nigeria today still hoisting foreign flags or Boko Haram flags. They come in a terrorist faction, attack and run away in a Goliath way. They can no longer stand and face our military. So we salute our men and women in uniform. And we salute the Commander-in-Chief for providing the right leadership that has strengthened the national security architecture. Universal healthcare coverage. This Universal Healthcare Coverage Act, this has broadened the access to quality healthcare across the Federation of Nigeria. I will just stop at that because of time. The Petroleum Industry Reform Act. This enhances accountability, transparency, and competitiveness in the oil and gas industry. Hence, the renewed investment in that sector. Then, imagine the Regional Development Commission. This Regional Development Commissions Act, what you have succeeded in doing is that you have created that strata to assist the state government and also assist our parties to get more to the grassroots in order to enable us reach the people faster. If the state governments cannot, they will complement the efforts of the state governments. And the state governors will notice that I tactically avoided the additional money that the president distributes to them every month that has nothing to do with the statutory allocation. I haven't said it out, so I will not say that today, because I don't want somebody to be angry with me. But I want to thank you, because you give the infrastructure development fund, which is shared across the states of the federation. Many of them I didn't know until you went to one of the states, and the governor came out and said, it is that extra money that you have been giving us that I did all these things. So I thank the governors, and please very soon invite the president or any of us to come and commission projects based on those additional funds that it distributes to you, which has nothing at all to do with the statutory allocation. Mr. President, we have in the Senate, for instance, we have moved about 115 motions, and we have passed resolutions that have impacted on key economic areas, on national security, youth development, and public sector reforms. Our oversight functions are totally on course. Here, the Senate has confirmed 215 nominees across various strategic positions. Of course, your nominees, Mr. President, from members of the Federal Executive Council to governors and deputy governors of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the service chiefs and heads of security agencies, the chairmen of boards of commissions and regulatory commissions and parastatals. In terms of public petitions, to show that it is a pro-parliament, the parliament is pro-people, we have done over 50 public petitions, and we have redressed those things without any of them seeing the need to burden the courts. We are now ensuring accountability in critical public sectors. Constitutional review, constitutional and social reviews. We have set up a 47-member Constitutional Review Committee. We have inaugurated that to look at the 1999 Constitution. And the key focus of amendments are in the areas of devolution of powers. Devolution of powers, so that the federal government will be unbundled and the states will be given the opportunity to also have a say. State policing is one of the areas we are looking at in the Constitutional Review. Electoral reforms, we cannot campaign for 10 months. Those are also areas we are looking at. Local government autonomy, how do we ensure that the pronouncement of Mr. President has constitutional backing? And also, we are looking at how we can give our traditional rulers the opportunity. Mr. President, your bill on minimum wage is something that must be applauded. From 30,000, you have given us about 70,000 today, and workers are happy. And something that was never done before. We have returned to our own national anthem, but this we did through legislation. We did not just do it through resolution. We enacted a resolution taking us back to our own national anthem because of the warnings, and Mr. President assented into the Act of Parliament. International diplomacy. The Senate has worked diplomacy and strengthened Nigeria's influence with strategic partners to your administration, the People's Republic of China, the United Arab Emirates, the ECOWAS Parliament, the Pan-African Parliament. These efforts have supported Your Excellency's agenda to boost foreign direct investment and enhance Nigeria's credibility and, of course, Nigeria's visibility within the international community. In terms of security, I've mentioned that already. The key areas we are focusing on are enhancing coordination between the national security agencies, provide better funding for counter-terrorism operations, improve intelligence sharing, and early warning systems. We are addressing the root cause of insecurity through empowerment. We have advanced legislation and motions addressing unemployment, rural neglect, educational access, and youth engagement. Of course, Mr. President, we still have allegations that trail the Senate because of lack of information. Sometimes people have the wrong notion of budget padding and distribution of palliatives. And what we are doing is to ensure that we address those issues transparently, working with your national minister on national planning. Well, moving forward, The 10th Senate remains committed to working with Your Excellency to deliver key constitutional amendments by the second half of 2025. We want to consolidate on national economic gains through the backlog and unlocking. We want to strengthen institutions of governance and rule of law. We want to expand issues on youth empowerment, healthcare, education, and youth security. Mr. President, let me end here because everything has been said. But there's only one thing I want to do. We are working directly with you. When we pass a resolution, the public listens to it. When the governors pass resolution, the public will think that because they are in the executive, that those resolutions are part and parcel of governance. So the only people empowered to pass major resolutions remain the legislature, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. So I want to thank the chairman of Progressive Governors and to say that once you take an oath to be an executive, remain in the executive. So it is not really, it's very right, it's right. Everything is said, we accept. But how can we ensure that that resolution has the force of law? The Constitution gives the power to us. So let me invite my brother, Right Honorable Speaker Tajuddin Abbas. Please step forward. Deputy Speaker, Deputy Senate President, and the major principal officers of the National Assembly. It's your voice that Nigerians are waiting for. If this president has done well, is it not all that will say so? If he has not done well, is it not all that will give him notice of impeachment? We are not giving him notice of impeachment. We are giving him notice that it was difficult for you in 2023. But in 2027, I see everything turning around. I see everything turning around. The number of states that are coming to join you. As I was leaving, one senator was dragging my dress today. He said, please take me there. I said, you can't come now. And he is a Labour senator. I don't want to mention them, but just imagine. He's a Labour senator. He said, please, I told you since now I would have joined you. What do I do? I said, wait outside. Is it my car? Outside there. So, in view of the political sagacity of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in view of the fact that despite very difficult times, he has been able to set Nigeria on a path of growth, confirmed by the International Monetary Fund. In view of the fact that Nigerians are grassroots people, are very excited. In view of the fact that even the members of the National Assembly and senators said they have never had it this good, the leadership of the House of Reps should join me. I want all the members of the National Assembly of the APC extraction to stand up wherever they are. I want the single senators to stand up where they are. And you will echo what I'm going to say. Those who love you will also join. I want to move, and let it be moved, that not only will President Bola Ahmed Tinubu be a sole candidate for the presidency in 2027, but he will also be a sole candidate for the whole Nigerian population, because all our political parties have been torn into shreds. I went to my state, and I saw the umbrella at the PDP. It has over 100 holes. And so, very soon you will hear. I'm not the one to break the news. But I know the national chairman has already broken the news that everything in the South-South has collapsed for you. And that is the same thing that is happening in the nation. Nigerians are saying that because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move. Mr. Speaker.
Oh my goodness. Which kind of Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and I stand on behalf of the whole entire 109 senators, 360 members, and all the 36 speakers and their members to second this very important motion moved by the Senate President Asosakon.
Distinguished colleagues, right honorable members, members of the Houses of Assemblies across Nigeria, those in support of the motion, seconded rightly by the Right Honorable Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, GCON. Those in support, give me your voice and say, aye. And those against say nay. The ayes have it. Congratulations, Mr. President.